Felina is the series finale of the American drama television series Breaking Bad. It is the 16th episode of Season 5 and the 62nd overall episode of the series. Written and directed by series creator Vince Gilligan, it aired on AMC in the United States and Canada on September 29, 2013. The plot finds Walter White evading a nationwide manhunt for him in order to return to New Mexico to deliver the remaining profits from his illegal methamphetamine empire to his family, and to eliminate the neo-Nazi gang who double-crossed him. Before doing so, however, knowing the cancer will soon kill him, Walt takes a trip down memory lane to properly prepare himself for his death. Plot: after leaving the bar, Walt leaves New Hampshire in a Volvo, with Marty Robbins' song El Paso playing on the radio. Upon returning to New Mexico, he tracks down Gretchen and Elliot Schwartz at their new house in Santa Fe, after posing as a reporter for the New York Times. In order to circumvent the suspicions of the DEA and Skyler, he orders them to give his remaining $9.72 million to Walt Jr., who will inherit it upon turning 18, saying this is their chance to make things right. Under the threat of apparent snipers waiting outside, the Schwartzes agree. After Walt leaves, he pays Badger Mayhew and Skinny Pete for aiming red laser pointers at the Schwartzes and posing as hitmen. He learns Jack Welker's gang has been cooking and distributing blue meth and deduces that Jesse is still alive. On his 52nd birthday, after purchasing an M60 machine gun and retrieving the resin from his abandoned house, Walt intercepts Todd and Lydia's meeting at a coffee shop and makes a business proposal, offering a new formula for methylamine-free meth. Todd turns him down, but Lydia feigns interest so that Walt can be lured into getting killed by Jack. Later, Skyler receives a phone call from Marie, who informs her Walt is back in town, unaware that Walt is already with Skyler. Walt leaves Skyler with a lottery ticket on which the coordinates of Hank and Steve's grave are printed, advising her to use it to negotiate a plea bargain with the authorities. Walt also admits that his life as a drug kingpin was for himself, rather than his family, stating that he did it because he enjoyed it, was good at it, and it made him feel alive. Skyler allows Walt to see Holly one last time while she sleeps. After leaving, Walt watches from afar as Walt Jr. arrives home from school. Walt meets with Jack and his men at their hideout, where Jesse is still performing slave labor for the gang in an adjacent Quonset hut. Jack refuses Walt's offer and orders him killed. Walt insults Jack for partnering with Jesse, but Jack calls for Jesse to be brought to them, to show Walt they aren't partners and Jesse is Jack's prisoner. When Jesse is brought in, Walt tackles him to the ground and uses his car keys to remotely fire the machine gun from his car. The ensuing gunfire kills Jack's men and wounds Jack and Walt, but leaves Todd and Jesse unharmed. Jesse strangles Todd with his handcuffs, killing him. Walt takes Jack's gun and kills Jack, despite Jack's insistence that Walt will never find the stolen money if he does. Walt gives the gun to Jesse and asks Jesse to kill him. Jesse refuses after seeing a bullet wound on Walt. As Jesse and Walt leave Jack's house, Walt answers a call on Todd's phone from a visibly ill Lydia. He gloats that her business partners are dead and informs her that she is about to die from resin poisoning, as he laced her stevia with it at the coffee shop. Jesse and Walt, having made peace, nod farewell to one another one last time. Jesse then flees in Todd's El Camino, crying and screaming with relief. Walt goes to Todd's lab and nostalgically admires the equipment, holding a gas mask and rubbing a kettle. Badfinger's Baby Blue is heard as he succumbs to his bullet wound and collapses just as police storm the lab, finding a motionless Walt, who has a frozen smile on his face. Reception, ratings. Felina had the highest ratings of any episode of Breaking Bad, 10.28 million in the United States, including 5.3 million adults aged 18 to 49. The episode generated millions of online comments and Nielsen Holdings rankings established that it was the most discussed episode on Twitter for that week. The popularity of the episode resulted in a 2,981% increase of sales of the Badfinger song Baby Blue as well as a 9,000% increase in streaming over Spotify. Critical reception. Upon airing, the episode received universal critical acclaim, with critics agreeing that the finale lived up to the hype that was generated around it. In her review of Felina, Donna Bowman of the AV Club gave the episode an A rating, writing that, "Walt's purpose is fulfilled, and he just stops." Seth Meitin at IGN also praised the episode, calling it fully satisfying and awarding it a score of 9.8 out of 10. Katie Rich agreed with the above sentiments, calling the episode a deeply satisfying and surprisingly emotional finale. Awards and nominations, production. On September 18, 2013, it was announced that both Granite State and Felina would run 75 minutes, including commercials. The actual runtime of the episode is 55 minutes. The episode was written and directed by series creator Vince Gilligan. Title reference and music. The episode title, Felina, is inspired by the character Felina from the song El Paso by Marty Robbins, which plays a major role during the episode. The writers tweaked the name from Felina to Felina so that it would also be an anagram for finale. Moreover, the word Felina can also be broken up into 3 different symbols of chemical elements found in the periodic table: iron, lithium, and sodium. Some sources note that these 3 elements are found, respectively, with blood, meth and tears. Badfinger's Baby Blue is played during the final scene. According to series creator Vince Gilligan, this is reference to the high-quality blue meth Walt had produced over the previous seasons and his life as a drug kingpin, which the main character lastly recognizes he had enjoyed. According to Rolling Stone, the music supervisors on the show disagreed with Gilligan's choice for the final song. However, music supervisor Thomas Goliath stated that journalists sometimes try to create drama where there isn't any, and that his quotes were misrepresented. Baby Blue became an obvious choice as the editing came closer to completion, with Goliath describing the process of finalizing the song. "Before I saw the scene, I pulled together a number of ideas, one which I thought worked pretty beautifully against picture, the bees no more excuses but once I saw that beautiful shot, and saw the scene in context, I realized why Vince was so strongly attached to the Badfinger song. It's tricky for us as music supervisors in that we keep pulling together ideas and revising them. None of us know the right answer until we're at the very end of that process and have cut and locked picture to work with. Vince is just really talented at knowing what the final effect he is looking for, and knew early on that Badfinger's Baby Blue was the right choice for what he was looking to do. It took until the final picture was assembled that I was able to also see what a fantastic choice it was." Note: according to Eric Brown of International Business Times. In its pure form, methamphetamine is composed solely of carbon, hydrogen and nitrogen, no lithium involved. However, there are multiple ways to synthesize meth from other ingredients, and several involve lithium. The Birch reduction, also called the Nazi method, mixes lithium and ammonia to create a reaction. Another, called the shake and bake method, involved throwing lithium and several other ingredients into a single pot to create the drug. Both methods are extremely dangerous, as lithium is a highly volatile element. Unfortunately, there's a big hole in this theory. Walt never uses a lithium-based synthesis in the show. Walt uses 2 methods throughout the show, first the Nagai method involving red phosphorus and later a methylamine P2P reaction resulting in the famous blue meth. Neither one uses lithium at any point, shooting at big hole in this theory. References. External links: Felina at the official Breaking Bad site, Felina at the Internet Movie Database, Felina at TV.com.